world is huge, and when you decide to move abroad, it's easy to get trapped chasing top 10 lists, low cost of living, or whatever looks best on TikTok. I know because I've been guilty of that. But if you're moving to heal from burnout or design a life that fits the new you, picking the wrong country can actually make things worse. So today I'm sharing the framework that I'm using to choose a home that matches my values, not just my budget. So in case you didn't know, if everything goes according to plan, I am hopefully in the next 12 to 18 months moving abroad. The three countries that I'm looking at right now are Bangkok, Indonesia, and Japan. But this decision didn't come lightly. It came with a lot of thought. But when I distilled down all the different things I was thinking about in choosing those three countries, these are the top four that rose to the top. So first one, probably not a surprise, but obviously affordability. But I frame affordability in such a way where it's not just about saving money, but as more so buying back my freedom, as weird as that might sound. But I looked at affordability not just so I could spend less, but I wanted a place where the cost of living was low enough where I didn't feel like I had to hustle 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Because it's absolutely amazing how in America you can be a single individual person and you'll see people working 2 or 3 jobs to scrape up enough money to just afford the essentials. Forget about if you have a family, you have kids. Parents, single parents, they're superheroes. They're amazing at what they do. Don't know how they do it, but they're amazing. But not to get on a tangent with that, not that I want to just freeload off the land or just be a hippie child or anything like that. I don't mind working, but I also want to be able to enjoy family, friends, enjoy the city, the amenities that the city provides, and not feel like, okay, if I'm not working, I'm going to be falling behind. I'm not going to be able to afford something. So definitely getting out of that mindset, looking at affordability. That was one of the, especially the key pieces of looking at where I was going to move. Health is another one. I needed a place where I can afford to prioritize my health, mental and physically, and without stressing about the bill. I also wanted to look at countries to see how they prioritize health. Do they have access to healthy, real foods? Not genetically modified foods, but actually healthy, real things that expires like in 2 days, like it should, and not last in your refrigerator for like 2 to 3 weeks. But off of that, also, how does that country prioritize health? Do they have a good healthcare system? Are they up to date in the latest medicines? All those different things. Another piece that I've been looking at that other people, I mean, when I'm talking with people, it's one of the things that is further on their list. That is the weather. Weather is very important to consider. You have to know your own biology. Growing up in Florida, I've gone through the summer rainstorms, hurricanes, humidity. I am not new to that lifestyle. I am true to the lifestyle. So when it comes to tropical locations, Thailand and Bali, Indonesia, I'm not too worried about it. I know living in Florida, I crave a day when it's gray and stormy outside because we don't have a lot of those days. It's always sun, humidity, bright, which I'm not trying to complain, especially the day that I'm recording this video. There's a huge snowstorm happening in the north part of America. I'm counting my blessings. I'm sorry that you're going through that. But all that being said, realizing for me, there is something I need to consider when it comes to snow and ice. I am not built for that. I am not true to that lifestyle. So I will need to know, depending especially where I move in Japan, I will need to contend with that. But that is a bridge that I will cross when I get there. And then the last thing that I looked at when it came to exploring which country I would call home is what I call a spark. So I hope I don't ramble too much on this one, but it's basically, am I interested in learning about the place that I'm moving to? Is it fascinating enough? Am I interested in learning the language, learning the culture, the history of the nation? Do I see myself in the city? Does the city bring me peace, or does it make me nervous and anxious? And I'll be quite honest, at least with this piece of it, I can figure out the affordability, the health, and the weather. But this piece of it, the spark, I'm not going to know that until I actually go there. So that's just a feeling that I'm getting right now from, again, talking with people who are there, boots on the ground, things that I'm reading online. But for me, to go there, like I need to go there to feel what that is, that spark there for me. Um, I am planning on taking an immersion trip, hopefully later this year, to go to Thailand and Indonesia. But again, even with that, like I'm trying to take at least maybe 3 weeks or so. Even that's not going to tell me how it really truly feels to live there on a daily basis. But while I'm there, my goal is to live like a local. So getting a villa, being part of the city. I don't want, whenever I move, I don't want to be that ugly expat where it's like I live just in the expat communities. I'm only surrounded by other um, expats and not really integrating into the local community. I don't want that. Wherever I call home, I want to be where the people are, where the locals are, wherever the locals are going to eat. I'm right there. Where they're getting where the girlies are getting their nails done, I'm going there. Maybe not going to the same place getting our hair done just because of the texture, but again, just being a part of the community. I don't want to go to another country and then be surrounded by Americans. That's not the goal. The goal is to really integrate and be part of society. So looking again to see I think that I would, one, integrate as much as I can there and be happy, or what does that truly look like? Again, though, I'm not gonna know that until I get there and I experience it. And I just also have a feeling, for me, I don't like routine like that. So I always like the idea of novelty. So I also have a feeling that I'm hoping that I like all three locations, quite honestly. And I can see myself having a hub in each country. And then after a few months, it's like, I think I'm done here in Bangkok for a little bit. Let me go and see what's happening in Bali. Let me go see what's happening in Japan. So I'm hoping that will be my experience, but we will see. I will take you along and we can experience it together as I go through it. But that's all I have for you today. Drop in the comments what you think. What will be your top indicator or reason for selecting one country over the other if you're looking to move abroad. And hey, thanks for watching. And as your affirmation for today, enjoy the wins you've made. All right, bye.